Emotions will help you find your way out of trouble if you get curious and you start asking yourself questions like, Hi, I'm Cindy Shumaker, and I help people struggling with grief unpack and manage all their emotions with ease and grace. Now, as we go through and experience life, we learn somewhere along the way to categorize our emotions as either positive or negative. And we will place these emotions like sadness, depression, guilt, shame, anxiety, and grief, just for example, and we'll put them into a bucket and we'll label them as negative. And then we place emotions like happiness, joy, contentment, peace, calm, and we put those in a bucket and label them positive. And we could even go as far as putting a happy face in one bucket and maybe a frowny face on the other bucket. But what if we changed our perception of our emotions? What if your emotions are nothing more than brilliant messengers? What if your emotions are neither good nor bad, but vital and necessary to our human existence? Now, all of our emotions are very essential to social interactions. And if we want to experience life intelligently, we can't eliminate any of them. We can't stuff them down. We can't numb them. We need to experience all of them in order to develop these social skills. So for now, let's just focus on the emotions that we label as negative. So fear. Fear is a messenger that summons these instincts and survival skills to keep you alive in the present moment, like maybe hearing footsteps behind you as you walk along a dark street. Anxiety is nothing more than a messenger that just helps you prepare for the future based on your past experiences and your perception of those experiences. So somebody, for example, might have anxiety when it comes to public speaking, and they have this possibility of being rejected because they've been in front of people before and they've experienced that feeling of, rejection or I'm not good enough. Anxiety is just a symptom and a messenger and needs to be explored more. Now, anger is a messenger that may help you set boundaries and manage your relationships with others. And anger is a symptom that there is an unmet need in your current situation. So if you find that you're angry, stop and ask yourself, what is my unmet need in this situation? Now, shame is a messenger that helps you manage your behavior and it becomes your guide to your morals and values and ethics. So maybe you have violated your own personal moral boundaries and you need to take the lesson from whatever situation made you feel shameful. It's nothing more than a messenger that you have violated your own personal boundaries or morals. And grief is a messenger that something of intense emotional attachment has been lost. And we must mourn that loss and then completely release it. So we have to experience grief to move through that. Now, happiness, on the other hand, is an emotion that we lovingly embrace. It's socially acceptable, right? Everybody wants to be happy. But would it be appropriate to feel this extreme happiness at a funeral? At a funeral, grief would be socially acceptable and happiness would be frowned upon and highly discouraged. Every emotion is good when you need it, and every emotion is harmful when expressed at the wrong time. They all have their place and they're all needed, and we must learn how to tune into the message and manage those emotions appropriately. Now, the bottom line is there's no negative emotions. Learn to welcome them for the gifts and the skills that they bring you. Get comfortable with them and use them as your guide instead of something to run from or ignore or judge yourself. As I work with clients, I realize that when they experience these emotions that we label as negative, there's a lot of self-judgment and a lot of beating themselves up. Like, why am I still feeling this way? Why do I have this emotion? Why am I not happy? And that's really not a good path to go down. We just need to get curious, and we need to figure out why they're there and what the message is, and then we can work through those. We need to change our perception of those. So emotions will help you find your way out of trouble if you get curious and you start asking yourself questions like, are my emotions appropriate for the current situation? Or are my emotions this barrier that's keeping me stuck, unable to focus on my own self-awareness so that I can move forward? So change your perception of emotions and learn to embrace all of them for the messengers that they are. Learn from them, manage them, and then you can move forward with ease and grace. And today is a great day to start making these changes and changing your perception about your emotions. And please, always have patience with yourself and remember, you're never alone. If this information helps you, please share it with someone else who may need to hear it as well. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.